So I got two fun ones to share. So one of them we do a lot of work in New Jersey with counties, and I think a lot of the conversation in the private sector around AI is around efficiency, right? And not saying there's not value there, but in government, I think there's also opportunities to do things that are new and provide new services. And so we work with a surrogate court in Passaic County. So surrogate courts, they handle wills, estates, things like that. And so you can imagine surrogate Casanova there is amazing, but she's like customer service is our number one thing, right? When someone calls into our surrogate court, they've usually had a loved one pass away. It could be you don't plan death. They get calls at 1 a.m. on a Saturday, right? And the other thing that's interesting about Passaic County is they have 91 different languages spoken in the county. And one of the big ones is Bengali. And no one in their office speaks Bengali. So we started with kind of the search and chatbot style applications. But what's really neat is we launched it on the voice system for them. And one of the big use cases was after hours. So if you call in before it's you leave a voicemail and they'll get back to you on Monday if when they have time. Now you can actually talk to essentially an agent. It sounds extremely natural, low latency, but it supports 28 languages, and one of those is Bengali. And we must have handled hundreds and hundreds of calls at this point for her. But she was like, there's one call that stood out, which was the first week they launched it. Someone had a 12-minute conversation about a loved one that had passed away and they didn't have a will, which is a different process. So it's smart enough to understand that that's administering a estate, not probate. So it really understood like the deep legal information that they work with too. So I thought that was one, use case that really stood out to us of, there's a lot of efficiency. We've had, in North Carolina, a few municipalities were able to cut down their call volume by like 95% in certain departments, which was amazing because they just don't, there's not enough folks. We have counties that are going from like 2,900 employees to 2,400 by just attrition. And then they have 500 open roles. So I think it starts to lead to this question of how can we make the staff, all the team that's, still there, their life more fulfilling instead of answering the same questions, over and over. And so that was a really exciting use case because that's where we always think about like efficiency, but then they're starting to open up services to entirely new uh, folks in their community that they didn't even realize that they couldn't reach or couldn't engage with their services.
That's great.